Good evening, folks. Welcome to Controlled Burn. We are here for the season finale, and a wonderful, wild season it has been. Lots of shit happened last week. If you haven't watched it and you're watching this on YouTube later, stop it now. Go back, watch episode 7, and then come back because there's a lot that happened. Things are probably going to happen really fast tonight, I imagine. So if you're going to be a little bit lost, we're good with that. Go back, watch 7, come back. If you're watching us live, great. Just stay. I don't want you to leave. Just stay right there. If you're confused, stick around. We'll get you caught up.
So stick around, then go back and watch the context for all this.
Exactly.
It's like a flashback, just like Star Wars. We go back and forth. It's all good.
Yeah. Jump around in time.
All right. I am going to have my players introduce themselves, tell us who they're playing, where you can find them on the internet if they choose to be found. And then we're going to jump into the recap. So we'll start in clockwise order with Q.
Hey guys, I'm Q. I'll be playing Skids. He's the newest, or one of the newest members. He and Eric are the newest members of the pack. And right now he's finding himself feeling like he's a little bit over his head and wondering what the hell he's gotten himself into. And if you're looking for me online, you can find me easiestly at the Linktree Q Hudspeth, or just dig around for Q Hudspeth elsewhere, and it's probably me. I think there is one other Quentin Hudspeth somewhere in the country. But
I think we ought to find them and bring them on the show.
Let's screw that guy. Hello, I'm Aloysius. I'm playing Otto Miller, who's going through a bit of a rough patch right now, having some serious rage issues, and also constantly on the verge of a panic attack. So, things are really going well for him right now. But if you want to find me anywhere on the internet, I post things very rarely, pretty much everywhere. But it's Blood Conduit most places, with the exception of Twitter. But
is Twitter the one that has the underscore?
Yes, Twitter, it's Blood_Conduit,
okay.
But it's the only place it has the underscore.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, Eric.
What's up, guys? My name is Synergy. I'm playing Eric Williams, who apparently I was not here for the last one, but from what I understand, watching what I watched, I am in some pain right now, but we're getting through it.
It's okay,
mentally,
so am I.
Physically, we're getting through this. Synergy TCG, I'm the owner of the store front, if you will. You can find me on Synergy TCG on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. I do streaming every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so after this I'll be jumping on for Magic the Gathering content and just random stuff about just gaming in general. So thanks.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's talk about the last episode. Well, it started off on kind of a sour note that Savannah had found out that the pack was responsible for her father's death. And Savannah had called Diana to confront her with this information. In the meantime, Otto was on the rampage and took off with his truck, and then realized suddenly he had a passenger, as Eric had dove into the truck bed and came along anyway. The two of them went to the homeless camp that's by the highway overpass, where they ran into a couple of creepy guys who seemed they had problem keeping their food down. They started vomiting up this greenish slime that ended up burning our friend Eric rather badly, but he will recover. It was aggravated damage, but he will recover from that eventually. They did discover a looked like an old manhole behind some of the tents in the camp, and Eric was able to detect that same evil presence coming from that area. They each could actually feel the fear that this area was giving off to them. They probably wisely chose not to go down there, just the two of them. They chose to leave that alone. Savannah again did get to the warehouse along with Alice and met. Diana, along with Alice, went to the warehouse.
And Skids.
And Skids, yes, got there. And it was a very emotional moment where Savannah really uncovered let out all her feelings. She felt she had been betrayed from the beginning, that Diana and the pack were just using her. And she refused to forgive them, refused to come with them. Diana made a hard decision, probably unbeknownst to Skids and Alice. But Diana had been under orders that this new Black Spiral dancer was not to be basically left alone. That the Geru, as part of their litany, is you will not allow the worm to live and thrive. So Diana switched to her Hispo form and really just blindsided Savannah and tore out her throat and killed her. So in a way, that issue is resolved, as painful as it was for Diana and the others. Back at Sunny Days Ahead, there was an attack on the house. Someone threw Molotov cocktails through one of the windows during the day. And unfortunately, a couple kids died of smoke inhalation. The place has burned to the ground. All of this symbolized the attack that the Black Spirals have continued against the pack, against kinfolk. Otto found scratched into a car the Geru glyph for prey. I mean, solidifying, their suspicions that the Black Spirals were behind this. The Spirals have been seemingly one step ahead of the pack at all times. Otto, being an Arun, chose his path for how he would like to deal with things. Diana felt another way, and the pair came to blows. Otto punched Diana really in front of a crowd of people. Alice jumped in. Eric attempted to also bring peace. Otto wasn't having it, and has stormed off in his truck. Skids has also attempted to be a peacemaker where he can. In his second day in Seattle, he had a home, and now it's burned down. So he is still really attempting to figure out what's going on, and has accompanied Alice and Jenny to the ER, where the surviving kids are being taken by the ambulances. We are now going to be in the late evening of that same day, and I think what I want to do first is we had talked about possibly Eric may go with Diana. So I think what we're going to do is we are waiting to see if Whisper's going to be able to join us tonight to continue that scene. But I think what I'd like to do is maybe we're going to start at the hospital in the late evening, where Skids is sitting out in the waiting room with Alice. Jenny has been on the phone talking with God, probably insurance agents, maybe the police, a nonstop, seemingly endless, round of calls. Alice is pretty worn out herself. She didn't imagine she'd have to get between two of her packmates to keep them from fighting. But that is her role in the pack, is a Philodox, is supposed to be a peacemaker and a keeper of the litany. So let's take a look. What is Skids trying to do as he's just kind of sitting there?
He's trying to be as useful as possible. So he will be, spending what's left of his cash, running back and forth to vending machines or the cafeteria and making sure Jenny has coffee and food and Alice has whatever she needs, and just, being that very nervous, awkward, like can't sit still because feels impotent, and, going into, check with the nurse on how are the kids doing and, what's going on, just generally being a pest to the staff and as good of a support vehicle to the older ladies, because he doesn't. Yeah, this is sort of new to him. I mean, it's not like he's new to death, but he is sort of new to being the one that people can, even to a small extent, rely on for support.
Yeah, Alice kind of looks up when you brings her a drink, and she's like, "This is not really the way we intended to welcome you to the pack. I'd like to say there aren't days like this often, but lately, not the last week, it's been hell."
There's been a lot more unaliving than I was anticipating.
Yeah. And she kind of looks over at Jenny and she says, We'll put you up somewhere tonight. I mean, if we gotta get you another hotel room or something.
I'll be fine. I can make do. It's nice weather out here.
We'll make sure you're indoors tonight, because none of us really need to be separated. She's like,
no, that's a good point. Yeah. So I mean, just a floor somewhere is all I need, and a pillow. We don't have to get fancy. We need to worry about Jenny and what she's going to do. We got to get her sorted. I don't know. Do you know she's got family in town? I mean, she's been on the phone, and I haven't had a chance to broach the subject.
She says, I don't know her that well. She's cousins with a packmate of ours who actually, she goes, I don't know if he's still here. He goes by Longtooth. That's actually one of his cousins. So that's really kind of how we met.
Do you know any of the other kin in the area?
She said, no, it's not like they don't give us a welcome to the area. There's a shit, and she kind of says it with the joke, but she says, but it's something we need to strengthen.
Right, we need to start having barbecues or something.
She's like, maybe when things calm down, maybe we can do things like that. But
yeah, shit. Have y'all seen the Fast and the Furious?
And Alice is probably like, no, I've heard of it.
All right, I know what we're doing this weekend then.
Okay. Um, and she says, and that other guy, Eric, I don't. He and I just got off on the wrong foot. I mean,
Yeah, he seems intense.
yeah, he's intense. I mean, all I know is I was chasing Lyle, and then that crowd, just everybody started moving, and I couldn't find out where I was, and all of a sudden he's like accusing me of I don't know, like not helping, or, and again, my watch is hurt, but
Maybe
we'll,
it could just be a Batman Superman thing, you know? Just ask him if his mother's Martha or something like that. And
she kind of laughs at that. She's like, that might not be a bad icebreaker. Maybe when all this is done, yeah, maybe we need a pack icebreaker to.
That's gonna go very well.
we just get some Zimas and break out Monopoly. We'll be all good.
Some Zima, and she's like, "Kid, how do you even know what Zima is?"
I've been drinking since I was 12.
Oh, wonderful. She's like, our kind are always a little messed up. I think it's just in us.
Kids, I mean, everybody needs to socialize, and you got to feel grown up somehow and feel like you're in control, right? That's what you do. You act out a bit and try to have some agency in the world.
She said, or Diana says, well, just don't drink anything from King Breweries.
King Breweries?
Yeah, there's something
something
funny about their stuff.
I don't really like beer, which is why I was joking about the Zima.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's something funny about that company. So,
all right, you think like weren't funny?
Well, I don't drink myself, but I know that when we went to that homeless camp, those guys were guzzling King stuff from King Breweries, different beers and all that. And
just because it's cheap.
Well, that too. Yeah, I think so. She goes, enough about the beer, though. Let's
right. Yeah, you get distracted. I'll do that though. I will distract myself talking about useless shit, but to ignore the stress. So
okay. She's like, all right. Thank you. We're gonna pick up then with Otto. So Otto has jumped in his truck. Mm-hmm. Where's he going?
Oh.
Well, actually, let me speed forward ahead a little bit. He's been driving around for a little bit.
Yes.
It's gotten into the late afternoon towards evening. So where's he been driving around?
How many laps have you made around Seattle?
Yeah.
I'd say he I guess would head in he's not heading towards the cairn, but he would head in sort of the general direction, but sort of just like take a detour at basically just like the earliest place that he would just like stop his car and sort of just like walk into the wilderness.
Okay.
Yeah. And he would just sort of walk into he would sort of like walk for a while until he was sure that like nobody else was around, at least like no like random people.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just scream, just like shout into the void, and until it sort of like shifted into a sort of like almost like mournful howl, and he would sort of then just like collapse to the ground and sort of just lay in the dirt, essentially, just wallowing.
He hears a voice as he's just kind of laying there feeling sorry for himself. And it has sort of a French accent to it. It says, "What are you doing down there?" And he recognizes this voice.
Oh God, what is that? I was hold on. My notes.
I'm
my
looking
notes.
too.
Lewis. There we go.
Okay.
It's Lewis.
Yeah, his ancestor.
Yes.
And when he looks over, there's a man standing there in like colonial garb, as we want to say from Bridesmaids, and it's kind of the long coat on, has a musket with them.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "It's no place for you to be. You're a warrior."
Well, I was really fighting the urge to just kill my alpha in front of a crowd of people. So this seemed like a good enough place to be as any, for the moment at least.
Well, it's good you didn't do that. Because they need you. Your pack needs you. They need your strength.
Well, seems like things would have been fine if Diana hadn't done what she did.
Yeah.
I say now there's this wedge between everybody because of something that she can't take back.
That's going to happen. We are highly temperamental creatures. We are not calm, forgiving people, wolves. We're constantly being challenged. We're constantly being targeted. We sometimes think the best on our toes, but when you get pushed back onto your heels, when somebody seemingly ahead of you at every turn, that's when we do tend to lash out at each other.
But she was her friend, and she just killed her instead of trying to find another way.
You know better than others, or excuse me, you know as well as I do. That's what I'm trying to say. He doesn't say that. The litany. You can't allow the worm to exist.
We don't know what she was gonna do. She didn't even give her a chance. We were supposed to help her through this. And the second that it got hard, she just caved.
Well, what's done is done now. And she and the entire pack will have to live with that. Some will see it as a victory.
Yeah, well, they're sick.
So, these two other spirals, I know about them through your dreams. I know they've taunted you, and they seem to be everywhere at once and nowhere. They've made you, they're now hunting you.
Yeah, I got that impression.
But it's time to turn the tables.
Okay, Lewis, and what do you suggest? If I just go marching down to where they have that fear spirit, I'm not... 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 I know I can be reckless sometimes, but I'm also not an idiot. I know if I go down there, then I'm just gonna get myself killed.
You
More
might.
than likely, anyway.
You might. But there may be spirits, other spirits than me, that can help you. Can help you. Maybe set a trap for them.
Okay. Who or where should I be asking, I guess?
There are spirits such as Fox, Wolverine, Crafty. Others such as Beaver build fortresses to protect their young. You're an Arun like me, and we thrive on our anger and our rage, and sometimes we charge in without thinking, but that's our way. Is we don't like to sit and wait. we want action.
I thought I knew what rage felt like, because it's just, at this point, it's just been a part of me for so long, but this is different. It feels like it's trying to break out of my skin, and like I'm just gonna explode at the tiniest little thing.
This worm spirit that infests this land has affected you. It's affected all of you. It's making you doubt your actions, make you fearful of what might come next. But if you turn to your pack and work with them, especially your spirit speaker, the two of you may be able to contact a spirit such as Fox or Wolverine and seek their guidance. The story I've never told you about myself is I failed to trust in my pack. I charged in thinking I knew it all, thought that I could handle anything that came about. And I was struck down and gravely injured and left defenseless innocents alone, and they were slain. I just don't want you to make the same mistake.
Oh, what did you do afterward?
Wallowed in self-doubt. Our people call it Hirano. Until the pain and anger consumed me. Luckily, I did not fall to the worm, but I very easily could have. But I did reconcile with my pack, following my anger.
Isn't Coyote a pretty notorious trickster?
He kind of winces a little bit, like, Coyote's very unpredictable.
I think we could use a little unpredictability right now.
He's like, tread carefully with Coyote.
Duly noted.
Pick yourself up and return to your people, to your pack.
Okay.
And then he's going to kind of Obi-Wan Kenobi just fade away. So, or is it Ibu One? So,
well, Diana had ordered him to head back to the cairn, so presumably that's where he would meet up with the others. So
okay.
I guess he'll make his way back to his truck.
Okay.
And frustratedly make his way back towards the cairn.
Okay. All right. That's where I think we're going to shift over to. I don't want to play too much of Diana, but I will for a little bit. Now, Eric, you've been told that you will be visiting the local cairn. He's familiar with that term. He probably did not belong to a sept previously, because he was not solo wolf or lone wolf in it. But he's familiar with the concept.
Yeah, he knows about the concept and how kind of the organization works.
Okay, good. Okay, so this particular sept, the Sept of the Spotted Owl, is located in the Mount Rainier Park, several miles in. They require that anyone approaching the what they call the bawn, which is essentially the border of the cairn, must be in lupus form, so you cannot drive there. So what Diana advised you was to shift into lupus, and then you guys run. It's about a mile or so, maybe 2 miles at most. You guys run in to get to the cairn. So if you shifted, that would be most excellent. Numbers. Okay. Yeah, you should be good. So, okay. All right. Diana also shifts as you're running through the kind of the small little hills and paths that kind of take you up to the cairn. You are stopped nearly in your tracks by a huge wolf. And you have never met him, so let me give the description. It is they are a gray and black wolf with a jagged white scar across their face. He takes aggressive steps towards you. You're muted.
In lupus form, is the damage still on me? Can they see that what's happening right now as far as that's concerned?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. I don't necessarily get intimidated, but I also don't necessarily want to be aggressive. So I'll kind of be very cautious and stand back just a little bit. As far as my step, kind of a ready attack. But obviously, with my injuries, I'm going to be kind of working with those.
Okay. Diana kind of moves to step in front of you, and she says, "Mountain Runner, this is a friend of ours. His name is Eric." And the wolf, now named Mountain Runner, kind of sniffs and goes, and you can understand I'm speaking in lupus. He says, "What is your Geru name?" I don't think he chose one, as far as I remember.
I don't think I did either. Let me see real quick.
Okay.
I didn't.
He who breaks the wind. Yes,
Well, I mean, we can kind of make it story arc, kind of, sort of. We can say Wolverine.
He names himself Wolverine.
Yes.
Okay. So he kind of sniffs and he says, "You call yourself Wolverine? Is that your totem spirit?"
Yes.
What tribe are you?
Utena.
What moon were you born under?
The crescent moon.
And he kind of glances over at Diana. He's like, "You vouch for this one?" And she's like, "Yeah." He goes, "How long have you known him?" Well, about 2 days. Or
Trick
really,
question.
actually, only about a day. Now I think about
I
it.
would say probably like maybe 12 hours.
Maybe 12 hours, yeah, at most. And he's like, he goes, he does smell of magic. Come, and he'll kind of escort you into the cairn. There's really only one kind of central area that is used. There is a kind of a fire pit with a couple old stumps around it, and there's kind of an old cabin in there. When you get there, there are a couple other wolves looking at you. But what you see is when you walk in, all of them except for this mountain runner shift into their Hamid form. You see a kind of a tall African American woman with kind of long braided hair. She's wearing kind of a work shirt and jeans and hiking boots. She kind of gives you a nod and looks at Diana, kind of okay, he's with her. There's a kind of a short kid with close cropped hair. He's dressed in shorts, a tank top, and a mariner's ball cap. There is somebody you do recognize. There's a kind of a broad-shouldered young man with a dark skin. He has a shaved head and kind of holds himself with kind of like this military bearing. He has some thick glasses on, but give me a let's just go intelligence and investigation and intelligence to see if you do totally recognize him, though. He looks familiar, and it'll be difficulty 6.
Ooh.
You know him. You think he's driven by the shop maybe once or twice, maybe 5 times.
Do I know you?
And he...
Well, good. Dissonance is on the way.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So he goes, yeah, I've driven by your shop a couple of times. I'd heard you might have been part of the family, but I wasn't sure.
He smells familiar.
And Diana goes, yeah, that's Prashant. And he kind of sticks out his chest and says, well, my name is Prashant Nayar, Stalks the Worm. I'm an Arun of the Glasswalker tribe. And you are?
I am Eric Williams. new around here, but you know that the shop I have is kind of a front for the occult. I am Uktena, and I deal with spirits.
And the woman, she introduces herself as Halima El Mirza, and she is a theurge of the Silent Striders tribe. The other guy, hey,
Hello.
Just apologies. I had a migraine. I took some medication and it yonked me the fuck out.
no problem, no problem, understood. We were just getting to you, but I'm going to finish up something first.
You're good.
Diana and Eric have just gotten to the cairn. They have met Mountain Runner, and Diana basically just kind of vouched for Eric, like, yeah, I know him great. All 12 hours or whatever I've known him. But, so let me do this. Let me switch to back to Skids for a second, and I'll give you a chance to get kind of caught up.
Mhm.
Okay, so Skids and Alice are still at the hospital, and Alice gets a call from Otto, of all people. Alice picks up. She goes, "Otto, are you okay?"
Peachy, where you at?
We're at the hospital with Jenny. The kids.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm heading back to the cairn right now.
And she's like, "Yeah, I want to stay with Jenny. There's not much we can do for her. We'll head up there because I think we all need to talk."
I guess so. I'll see you there.
Okay. All right. And she'll go over, kind of interrupt Jenny a little bit while she's on the phone, and then Jenny just kind of nods, and Alice comes over to Skids and she goes, "It's time to meet the rest of the family."
But what about Jenny? I mean, I need to make sure she's okay.
She should be okay for now, but this is pack business. We need to go.
I mean, I don't really give a shit.
She's like, "Do you want to be part of this pack or not?"
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Okay, then I'll leave you here.
Yeah, I think maybe that's, for tonight at least, that's a good idea.
Okay.
I just don't know how much I can trust Dinah.
Okay. All right. So she leaves you. Okay. All righty. Okay. So we're gonna switch back over to Diana. We're gonna say Otto and Alice are on their way. Okay. So really, Diana, all you've kind of witnessed is them asking Eric who he is, and the winter bite, the kind of the elder pack of the Sept have kind of introduced themselves. So that's where if you're ready, that's where we kind of switch your.
So Diana still pissed out of her goddamn mind and trying not to have a panic attack. As soon as the questioning's done, Eric's in, is just going to walk into the cabin bathroom, scream bloody murder, and punch the fucking, mirror.
We're of a like mind right now. Similar thought process is happening.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a moment where Diana goes into her purse, pulls out her anxiety medication, realizes she's out of Xanax because she's been popping it like crazy these last couple of weeks.
So I've only got one left.
And as she's just locking herself in the fucking bathroom, screaming a bloody murder out of rage.
Everyone out there can hear it.
Yeah.
And they all kind of look over at Eric like, we know you don't know her very well, but anything we should know?
Let's just say her and Otto are of two separate minds at this particular moment.
After a moment, actually about a minute or so, Diana, you do hear a faint knock at the door.
Hello?
And you hear Glory B. He kind of knocks on the door. He's like, "Hey, you doing okay in there? I thought I heard some screaming."
Everything is fine and under control.
Okay, well, you seem really upset, so I'll say a prayer for you. You come out when you're ready.
Yeah, Diana spends a solid hour in there.
Okay.
Just absolutely screaming, getting that rage out. Okay. At one point, like, I don't think this was mentioned in season 1, she ends up shifting a little bit due to her anxiety and rage being released. So now the bathroom is also just scratched up to high heaven before she will just walk out completely calm and goes to get a glass of water like she was not screaming like a mad woman for the past hour in a bathroom.
And when you step out, Alice is there. She's like, "Diana,
yes,
are you good now?"
Where's Skids?
He didn't want to come. He felt he should stay with Jenny. Thought she needed somebody by her, maybe protection. Who knows? I left it up to his judgment.
A random pump with no allegiance in a time of war is going to be a target.
And we'll switch to outside where Otto has run up. So, and he was in Lupus. If you want to say you switch back to Hamid when you get in,
I will switch back to Hamid.
Yeah. All right.
Is Eric within sight?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I will walk up to him and I'll say, "You with me now."
Confused, but Eric goes.
And everybody's kind of watching this.
All right. I'll sort of walk over. I'll sort of like take him over a little out of earshot of everybody, and just say, "You're a theurge, right?"
I have some abilities with the spirits. Yes.
Okay. How good are you at contacting them, like specific ones?
I've been pretty successful in the past. Which one are you looking for?
I want to get in touch with Old Man Coyote.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Kind of unpredictable.
Oh, I know.
Eric definitely has run into
Yes.
Coyote at some point during his travels to the Northwest. He's definitely run into Coyote. So.
I'm counting on it.
Okay.
I think we could use some of that right now.
Okay. Eric is going to find a fire.
Okay. The only fire is going to be the big campfire up front. So.
All right. Stand by.
Okay. So we're going to say he's kind of starting to work on that.
Yep.
Diana. Okay, now back to you and Alice inside. So
He has 24 hours, then I'm forcing him here for his own safety.
she's like, I don't know if I have a phone number for this kid. I don't know. I don't recall. I don't know if he gave his phone number to.
Dinah and Otto have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do have it. Perfect. Okay.
But
All right.
I don't.
Okay.
We never established whether Alice does, but probably at this point she
Yeah.
might.
As long as somebody has it, that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say I know Otto for sure has it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Alice is okay. He's not going to know how to get here by himself.
Wonderful. I will send him an escort.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she.
Give me a sec.
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry, my mother.
Yeah. No problem. We all answer to someone. So
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
in the other room.
So I think after saying that, she's just kind of. God, I feel like she's mean. Diana's like being so unlike herself at the moment. She's just gonna brush Alice off like that, and will send Skids a message being and it's just very simple. You have 24 hours. After that, you're coming to the Karen.
Okay, so we get the text. Yeah, I can probably make that work.
That was a demand, not an option.
I was waiting
Yeah.
for that. Did he say WTF?
No, he said TS. Tough shit.
Okay. Oh,
And I think now that she isn't filled with rage, can she find Mountain Runner?
of course. Yeah, I would say she probably then steps outside.
Yeah.
Doesn't spot Otto right away because he's kind of pulled over to the side. I'm going to switch back to Eric.
So Eric is going to be in a kind of crisscross applesauce position. Kind of hands on knees, looking to the sky. Right now, Otto should be next to him,
Yep.
Okay.
and
Right.
we'll need one more person to be a vessel.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Let's go with Glory B.
All right, Glory B.
He comes over and he's like, "What you doing?"
Don't worry about it. Go ahead and put your hand on my shoulder.
He goes, "Sure. Always glad to help." He's like,
Eric's eyes go back. in his head. Oh, great spirit, your voice I hear in many winds, and your breath gives life to all people. Hear me. I come before you, one of your many friends, and make my eyes see the red and purple sunset. Make me wise. Show me Coyote.
Okay. And then for a couple seconds, a different voice comes out of Glory B. And it's kind of like, the Wolverine. I was wondering. Oh, go ahead.
Be mindful I'm not raging right now, Coyote.
Oh, why would you be mad at me? You're not the type to hold a grudge, are you?
From what you've done in the past, I am, but I need you now.
Oh, come on. It was all just a bit of fun.
I will do your favor if you give me a favor. Unfortunately, that's what Coyote wants. He always wants a favor.
Yeah, that's kind of how these things work.
Otto,
Yep.
I our friend Glory is not of himself. He is possessed by, or possess is not a good word. He is granted body of the spirit.
Good to make your acquaintance.
Good to meet you too. You seem a little tense.
Yeah, it's a tense time, and I was hoping you could potentially help us make it a little less tense.
What are we gonna do? What do you need done?
I was hoping we could make use of your nature as a trickster to lure in a couple pests so we could deal with them.
That sounds like that could be fun. Do they have a sense of humor?
Not real. Well,
Oh.
one of them does. The other, it's questionable.
Oh. Because I like the ones who don't have a sense of humor. Because especially if we're looking to punish someone.
Yeah. Oh,
That
I think
makes
you'd.
it a lot more fun.
I think you'd punish her right nicely.
Ah.
I thought you meant Coyote had a sense of humor. Yes.
No, he evidently does.
Well, let me know what their names are and where I can find them, and I'll see what I can do.
Say, well, they're both in Seattle. Potentially at
That's the
potentially
place with the big tall building, right?
the Space Needle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they might be operating out of a homeless encampment where a fear spirit is taken hold. One's name is Lyle, and he sucks ass. And the other is, I'm blanking on her name currently. Sheila, thank you. I knew it started with an S. Yeah, it's Lyle and Sheila.
He sucks ass.
He does suck ass.
That sounds kind of gross.
Well, he could do it literally, but I meant it more in the metaphorical sense.
I think I could find a way maybe to get them in the same place. What would you like to do if you were able to find this Lyle and Sheila?
Ideally, I'd like to rip their guts out, but I'm open to more creative solutions.
Everything comes with a cost, Otto. Please be careful.
Yeah, because the more you ask, the more the price goes up. So,
Hey, I don't need you to do it. I can do it myself, but I'd like you to at least get them in a place, if possible.
yeah.
Please
And
follow directions, Coyote. The last time you strayed, too many killed, and I was scarred too much.
Oh, again, you're just harping on those things. And your name again was Otto, then?
Otto, yeah.
Because I might send him a calling card, if you'd like, or we could keep it anonymous.
I'm open to a calling card.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. And Eric, you know where to find me.
That you have hidden under every tree leaf and hard rock. So when life fades as fading sunset, my spirit may become to you. I agree to your bargain. Please do not damage me so.
And the campfire just kind of sparks a little bit. Just some sparks kind of pop out from the middle, and one of the embers lands on Glory B's hand, and he goes, "Ow, ow, ow!" And he's speaking in his normal voice. He's like, "So what are we doing?"
And Otto would sort of just like deep inhale, deep exhale, and then look over at Eric and say, I appreciate that.
No problem. please give me a little bit of time to recover.
Of course. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. And Glory B kind of shrugs, and he's like, damn, I was hoping to find out what you guys were doing. He said, well. And he kind of wanders away. Okay, Diana, now you're out in the, because again, it's that cabin's right there, and the campfire. So now you've seen these three kind of down by the fire, doing something. So, and Otto, you know Diana's there.
Diana just keeps walking.
Yeah.
I feel like it's that vibe of like, I don't want to be in your space, you don't want to be in mine, so let's just acknowledge each other's presence and just say shit.
Give each other
I think that is the move right now.
Alice comes over to Eric. Says, so they're not going to talk to each other then, I guess?
I don't know the past between these two, but they're very headstrong in my opinion.
And she
And
says,
unfortunately, this isn't something our tribe needs right now.
she says, and speaking of which, she's like, I think you and me got on the wrong foot.
I will hold my judgment.
She's like, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Just please, if I'm reading what I think I'm reading about you, and I'm very rarely am I wrong, I need you to be mindful of what you're doing. Or not.
It kind of gets her hackles up a little bit. That is when Halima has seen enough of this and goes into mom mode. And she goes, Pathfinders, we all need to talk.
Otto will walk over to her.
Okay. She is the alpha of her pack. So
Yes. Also, she's like the only one of like all of the like, older, pack that Otto actually likes. So
yeah.
it's like, okay, fine.
I haven't had much time to rest, but I'll go.
Okay. All right. And then
Diana just looks over and just keeps walking.
Diana.
I'm busy right now.
Too busy for your pack?
Just let her go.
This is not good.
Diana will walk over since she pulled pack, basically. Diana doesn't want to.
Every pack has their squabbles. But you need to lean on each other for support. And apparently there's some issues going on. I think we ought to get them out in the open. Who would like to go first? Geru Family Therapy.
And then she reaches out and smacks Otto.
Oh.
Wow.
Not unheard of, but... And Eric, you are new. You are not formally a member of this pack, but you were brought in as a guest. So you do not have to speak if you choose not to.
Whatever our issues, we can deal with them later. I'm able to put them aside until then.
Yes, like Otto said, there are more important things to worry about.
Real quick side note. This acid that I have right now, just from a mindset of what I'm thinking as far as treatment, does this From a occult, a ritual standpoint, from a
Mhm.
medicine standpoint, is this
Mhm.
can be treated, or I just kind of gotta let it heal?
You can. There is a
Navy people are trained as medics, so
sure.
I would try and heal myself.
This is aggravated though, so it's almost
Okay.
more like spiritual damage.
Okay, that's fine.
So there
Yep.
is a gift, Mother's Touch,
Okay.
that can be used on you to
Okay.
help heal it. You've actually started to heal a little bit of it slowly, but but yeah, it's not really much he can do himself. So
Perfect. All right, thanks. That's all I want to know.
yep, no problem. So Halima says, so the spiral Chuck has been slain.
He's dead.
Mm-hmm.
What of his daughter?
Dead.
Very well. And there are others of their pack that remain?
At least 2, I think.
And
And
they. Oh, and she stops.
we plan to take care of them, which is what we're trying to do if he wouldn't be such a bother.
Then let's talk about a plan to finish this pack.
We've already got something in motion right now.
Very well.
The spirits are helping.
And I look to the Alpha. So what say you to your pack's plans?
Getting the spirits' help is beneficial.
Okay. You don't know her normally to be this formal with you, but she could see the tension and has now basically just taken charge. And after you kind of said Diana saw her part, she's like, all right then rest up and find the enemy and destroy them.
That's the plan.
Way of the wolf, not the way of the human.
It's tough. So we're all both part. But the litany must be preserved. She says, do you require any other help? There are 4 of you. I hear talk of another.
Yeah, he's not much of a fighter, though.
He
Everyone
can make people laugh.
and
He's a good kid, though.
everyone finds their role, finds their strength in the pack. Give him time.
The spirits are with us. Even if when he looks at himself or looks at his hands, even if I have to absorb some damage.
And she'll kind of look over at Mountain Runner and say, some of us bear our scars with pride. And some scars you can't see. They're the worst that sometimes you're going to suffer.
And sometimes, even though you try and run from them, they come to you.
I have spoken to your other packmate, Mother's Dream. She makes good progress and will one day return to you. But she wishes you well. She still fights daily with the nightmare that was unleashed upon her, but she will come through this. She is strong.
That's good to hear.
And she says, let's commence our business. The pack is welcome to stay here for the evening if they like.
Thanks.
What time of the day? What time of the day is it right now?
We're going to say it's probably closer to like 7 o'clock. So it's not quite sunset on the West Coast yet, but it's enough that it's been a hell of a long day for you guys. So
Advisable. Just say it's to Otto and Diana. It's we want to get this done as soon as possible, and I would say 300 hours.
Okay.
3 o'clock would probably be the best way to do it. A little bit more cover of night.
All right.
it's usually when
Fine by
Diana's
me.
going to bed, isn't it? So, okay. She's a college student, so
Yeah.
Honestly, Diana's probably used to being up for like 2-3 days straight.
That tracks for her.
Actually, you know what? Honestly, as a joke, I'm gonna roll a d4, see how long she's been awake this recently. Maybe part of her anger is exhaustion. Who knows?
Right?
Good.
Maybe.
Apparently, she's been up for 4 days straight dealing with this and college work.
Yeah.
Good
Wow.
lord.
Right? Because once we go to bed, you still got to study.
Yeah, but she is still going to try to talk to Mountain Runner before she heads to bed.
Okay. So is the pack going to stay there for the night then?
Yeah, I think so. If I'd say Otto would try and find Chainbreaker if
Okay.
he's around.
They are actually around. They've been kind of out on patrol. But yeah, there is another pack. They're all lupus who have joined the Sept. They're called the Brave Ridge. And the Pathfinders kind of worked with them earlier, but they have kind of stayed at the cairn to help defend it, basically. But yeah, Chainbreaker does arrive. And
I say Diana can talk to Mountain Runner first, though. But just
Okay.
wanted to say that that's what I wanted to do.
sounds good. Okay. Yeah. Mountain Runner comes up to Diana, says, do you want to go for a run?
Would love a run.
Okay. She's like, all right, pup, shift. So, for your character sheet, you don't have to for right now.
Actually, I just realized I never pulled up my character sheet.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, open your character sheet then. Let's switch back to Skids for a second. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, so he got this text saying, you need to be with us within, I guess it was 24 hours or something. Jenny is exhausted. She's still by herself, though, seemingly dealing with all this herself.
All right. Assuming she's off the phone at this point.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, Miss Jenny, you got family in the area? You got somebody you can reach out to?
Yeah. I got my ex-brother-in-law is in Tacoma. He's amazingly not an asshole like his brother, and is actually somebody I could probably I can lean on kind of when I need help.
Okay, yeah. You want to call him? You need me to call him?
Let me call him. So, and she goes over, comes back, and she's like, yeah, Robbie will be here. Oh God, he's got to come from Tacoma. Probably like an hour or so. There's not much I can do here. the worst part is I had to notify the parents of these kids, these kids mostly don't get along with their parents. That's why they were on the streets. But some of them are minors, and I could go to jail for housing a minor. Even though I'm trying to protect them. She kind of just wipes her eyes, and she's like, I can't worry about that right now. I got to make sure these kids are. I'll deal with whatever happens there.
They're not going anywhere.
No, they're not.
They'll be here tomorrow. So come on, let me go. We'll get you something to eat. We'll go to Waffle House.
She goes, that doesn't sound bad. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to Waffle House.
All right.
But this Waffle House in Seattle getting some really good mileage.
Oh, I know, man. I was like, send us gift cards, Waffle House, if you're watching. No, we pimp you in almost every game we run on this channel.
Oh, I forgot ad placement. Go ahead.
So we'll get to Waffle House and just kind of,
oh, hey.
chatter.
Hey.
It's kind of out of focus. Oh, Celsius.
Yeah.
Just try to like be normal, act normal, but also, keep her, reminding her that things are going to be okay. Your brother-in-law is going to be here soon.
Okay.
We'll get you out of Tacoma.
She's
Or out to Tacoma.
And the thing she said, I don't know where you're going to sleep tonight. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about me. They apparently people are asking for me to head to some cairn outside of town, so I'll figure out. I'll head out there or something.
Oh, and she gets kind of like, oh, okay, that's the business. Okay, she's like, yeah, do whatever you gotta do. I appreciate you staying with me.
No, that's good. That's why I stayed. Make sure you're doing okay. Make sure somebody's here with you in case whoever did this for some reason comes back. Just want to make sure you're safe. Make sure the kids are safe. You've been kind to me, and I want to return the favor.
Yeah. And the waitress comes over, and you guys actually order something. A lot of times in our games, nobody orders anything. So,
burger and hash browns, covered, chunked. I remember all of the things. Smothered.
In Vampire, it's a little more difficult.
Yeah. I know. Unless
everyone wants the chili.
Yeah.
The Waffle House, amazing chili.
That's right. Oh, you always get the chili. You got to get it smothered and covered and chunked and
Studded.
Again, Waffle House sponsor us. So we're gonna move forward a couple hours. We're gonna say Robbie picks up Jenny, and probably closer to maybe like about 10 o'clock. None of you have heard from Skids just yet. You've all kind of settled down, and Diana's been out for a run with Mountain Runner, and she's pacing the old wolf tonight. I mean, he's behind her, and maybe huffing and puffing a little bit. But he can tell she really wants to run and burn off some energy. So. So you took care of the spiral.
Yeah, I think after a while, Diana looks back and she's just crying while looking at Mountain Runner.
And he'll just kind of stop, and what troubles you?
She tried to kill me and then turned her back. And if I didn't kill her, then the Pathfinders would have been exiled.
That's true.
I tried so hard to do this in the most humane way possible. Maybe I should have told everybody the full extent of the deal I made.
It's done now. But as you humans say, confession is good for the soul. But choose what will make you feel complete.
Being made feel complete is difficult when you're pushed and pulled in two different directions.
That is the weight of leadership.
I may have also yelled at Otto and was very bitchy. And I kind of feel bad about that.
And he kind of raises an eyebrow, like not understanding this term bitchy. But so.
Just feral work better.
Okay. All right. And then Daddy kind of nods, like, okay. Scornful.
I kind of did a thing I never do, and I pulled rank.
It has to be done for the good of the pack.
But I pulled it out of anger, not out of duty.
This happens. If you feel you need to apologize, then do so.
Diana's going to like tilt her head for a second and just being like, you know, usually when I have problems, your answer has been to fight. You okay? Have you been replaced?
He said, I'm known for my listening skills. And your pack is fighting already. There are times to heal within the pack.
Okay, I also have maybe up for like 4 days straight as well, so I probably need some sleep.
You need rest. This is all wearing on you, and you will make poor decisions the longer you go without rest. If Otto will bear a grudge against you, then so be it. You are his alpha.
And I gotta go do that apologizing shit, don't I?
If you choose to.
Yeah, there are times where human tactics work better than wolf.
If that's what you say. But there is time for healing within a pack. Even we Red Talons heal and care for others in our pack. We just may not understand your human terms for all of this.
Dana's gonna come up and give him like a little nuzzle of thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and he kind of returns it kind of like a you're a cute kid kind of nod back, and he says, see if you can keep up with me on the way back.
I've been outrunning you this entire time.
All right. And yeah, you you guys run back.
And that's when he risks a heart attack to beat you back.
Yeah, he does eat a lot of red meat, so his cardiologist would warn him about such things. All right, so probably closer to 10, 11 o'clock at night. Otto, Eric, what are you guys up to?
I was going to find Chainbreaker.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you want to go see Chainbreaker. Okay.
I'm in front of the campfire again, sleeping again. Sleeping.
Perfect.
Eyes are fine. I may be in a trance speaking to spirits. You guys don't know.
He's got to recuperate.
That's right.
Okay.
I put him through something he rather wouldn't have gone through, but
Darn you, Otto.
Now, let's be honest. Eric really seems to like their seances.
Right. If it helps, once Jen's out with her brother-in-law, I'm going to send a text to Otto. So
Okay.
you want to wait for that, or just
Let me let me do the scene with Chainbreaker first.
Mhm.
I don't know if I described him in his Hamid form.
you have, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay,
I
so-
like vaguely recall it, but
Okay.
it's a fuzzy memory.
Yeah, a kind of a black and brown Timberwolf runs into the cairn and then shifts into kind of a probably about 6'2", 6'3", a young man with kind of long black hair, and he's wearing probably like a tank top, has just like sweat on it, wearing jeans and boots, and he kind of looks around, sees Eric by the fire, and kind of looks at him, and kind of moves up a little bit, and he's like, "Brother?" And kind of squats down. He's like, "You're on mute."
What I meant by the same way, I was kind of the same form that I was before. My knees are down. I am in a trance, sleeping.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you.
Right?
Okay.
But I can hear this.
Okay. Yeah, and he's like, I thought I could smell one of my tribe.
Smell him. He's trying to smell.
In your Hamid form, you're not going to smell as keen smell, but yeah, you get the feeling there's something familiar about this guy somehow, even though you've never met him. He says, I am Chainbreaker, Alpha of the Brave Tide.
I am
Brave Rich.
Eric.
Isn't
I'll get up. Look.
I mixed
I'll
the tribes
get
together.
I'll get up. Look around.
Mhm.
Kind of look at his face.
He looks very native, Native American.
Yeah.
And you get the feeling that he's fairly comfortable in this form.
Yeah.
Doesn't speak like me say this
Yeah,
like a lot of Lupus characters speak.
Yeah.
And he actually just kind of puts out his arm to you.
I'll receive it, grab it, put my arm to him, and see if I can sense his spirit.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me just like a perception and let's go occult, or occult and perception. Excuse me, because I want to see if you can pick
all
up
the
on something.
ones.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what he had for breakfast?
Yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you know he is Octana, and you do kind of catch that I'm an alpha vibe from him, but he is friendly and is glad to see another of his tribe here. So
I am pleasantly surprised to see you. I feel somehow at home.
be welcome, brother.
Welcome to you, brother.
And he has these kind of, that's when he sees Otto, and he says, "Forgive me. I need to speak to Otto.
I understand.
And then
He'll leave got a big old smile on his face.
there's actually 3 Octana in this game now, so they're
Let's go.
Yeah. He comes over to Otto, and how does Otto look?
He looks not the best. Sort of just, has this just aura of melancholy radiating off of him. But I'd say, sort of like as Chainbreaker approaches him, I'd say he sort of smiles for the first time since all this happened. But it's still, even then, it's still kind of like a little bit of a sad smile.
Yeah, he kind of opens up his arms to you to give you a hug.
And I'll sort of just like walk up and just give him a real good squeeze.
Yeah. And he's like, "It's good to see you."
It's good to see you too. I wasn't sure if I was gonna or not.
If you look over Eric's way, he's smiling, going like this.
Yeah. And he'll sit and talk with you for a while.
Yeah. And he would ask Chainbreaker if they could do it sort of like a little a ways from just other people, but he'll take whatever, really.
We'll say they go for a run. And then they come back by about an hour later. And Otto seems more relaxed. And from the other side, Diana's probably actually already returned with Mountain Runner. So we're going to get to probably getting close to midnight when Eric, it's almost like you got a message came in.
Okay.
And it's
through spirit or
through spirit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where as soon as the message comes in, his spirit comes in, my eyes go right back in my head, like suddenly.
Okay. And it's Coyote. It says, "Well, what do you know? The smell of the worm is pretty distinct, but I think I might have found those 2 rats you were looking for."
Are they in the location Otto had explained?
Well, one of them was the girl. Yeah, she was at this camp. Yeah, she was there. And then she left. But then she met up with the greasy fellow. And right now they're at a house. Now, I didn't want to be too sneaky to find out what they were up to, because I mind people's privacy. But I can tell you they're there, and they might go out for a bike ride later.
I'll need the location.
And he gives you, in terms of a location, is almost like a
spirit site.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yes,
it's almost like an overhead view, as like a crow might see it. And for this, you're probably going to owe Crow a little bit too. Oh, come on, you like Crow.
When the 2 of them get together,
Don't do anything right now, please.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Yes, you would.
Oh. Okay. And like connections cut.
Do I see Otto?
Otto's returned.
Otto, you might have to move sooner.
Okay, and Otto will turn back to Chainbreaker and say, "We should talk more when I get back." But
He gives you a quick kiss, and then
hell yeah,
and then we'll turn and kind of another nod at Eric, and then does the whole like shifting while he jumps kind of thing, and kind of runs off into the night. Diana's had no sleep. None of you really have had much. Eric maybe had about the most rest of anybody.
yeah. And even then, he was kind of just trancing out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But she hasn't really. She knows something's up, but she hasn't known the plans between Eric and Otto. So,
Well, we'll have to give Diana the cliff notes, but we need to go. Do we have everybody?
Okay, you, me,
Kids with us?
I'll say,
and that's when you get a text from Skids.
yes, okay. Skids, what did you text me?
Kids are settled in at the hospital. Jenny is off to Tacoma with her brother-in-law. Guess I'll head to this Karen thingy, and he spells it Kairn.
And
Share your location.
and Otto will say, "Nix that. We're coming back to the city."
I'll give Otto the location wherever.
Yeah, all right. I'll like send him the location. Meet us here. Got a tip where our friends are. Friends in quotation marks.
The ones who are at the house.
Yes.
Go into sneak mode.
Good.
Okay, Diana. Everybody seems to be talking.
Diana's gonna hate this, but like she does look remorseful, and probably now all the adrenaline's gone, tired as fuck. And it's gonna start walking towards Otto.
Okay, and he'll say, "We have the location of 2 shit stains. You want in or not?"
Of course. But first, she will give you the look to follow her to the fireplace.
He will reluctantly follow.
The fireplace has been rather active lately.
Yeah, it's a very active fireplace tonight.
Yeah, but Diana also knows, like, in Wolf customs, at least the apologies that she's seen, it's happened around the fireplace. And she is going to sit there and kind of, like, twiddle her fingers a bit, and she's just like, "I apologize for not fully explaining my actions and pulling rank out of anger.
Okay.
A leader should know when they fuck up, and I'm apologizing for it."
Okay. So are we gonna go do this or what?
Hey, I just wanted to make sure I apologize because, like I told Mountain Runner I would do so. Alright, let's go.
Okay. And heads off.
Okay. Okay. So, let me just, because I was trying to do something at the same time. So is Diana going with them, or is she staying?
Going with.
Going with them? Okay. All right. So Alice is going with you guys then too. So the plan is you're going to pick up Skids and then go from there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you gave me the location of where you thought we needed to be at. So if I get there first, I'm just gonna hide and observe.
Yeah,
So-
let's say Skids gets there first, and it's a kind of a suburban neighborhood. The house itself looks fairly normal in the dark. There's some loud music being played inside. The garage itself is open. You see a pair of motorcycles in there, and there's some loud, probably punk music being played. That you're sure the neighbors would probably complain about this, but you don't see anybody walking over to complain about this. Within about 20 minutes, half an hour, the rest of the pack arrives. And that's when you see Skids. You kind of notice them. You notice a couple cars like pulling up.
You can't miss the one with no door.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No. Real hard to miss that one.
And the big truck with the Hemi.
From the okay, I'll let you Skids, as you're seeing them walk up, you also look over at the house, and in the garage you see a man and woman come out, and they each get on a motorcycle and just roar out of the garage. You guys, as you're pulling up and going towards Skids, that's when you see these two motorcycles pull out and go roar in the other direction down the street.
How far are we from them when they start doing that?
About two houses away. So
Okay.
I'm gonna start heading down the street towards the vehicles in case they decide they need to pull out.
do the Dukes of Hazzard, just slide in the car. So
Yeah. Jump in the back
I
door.
know.
You know?
okay. All right. And oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just deciding whether to do something drastic or not.
You
Uh, Me? Yeah, I know. Me?
You're
Never.
in the-
I would
we're
never
in the
do
vehicle,
anything
right?
like that.
Yes. Yeah. I think.
Just follow behind.
Yep. I would think probably Eric. Eric has his own car, as far as I remember.
Yep, just follow him behind.
Okay. All right. So this is almost kind of like a small caravan.
Right. Who's in the lead?
I would probably say Otto.
Okay.
Skids, you can ride with Otto. You could ride with Eric. You could ride with Diana and Alice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna run up to the truck, jump in the back,
Yeah.
bang
All
on
right.
the roof, and say, "Go, go, go!"
All right. I was gonna say, yeah, like how fast are these motorcycles peeling out of here?
Hauling ass.
Damn,
All
go,
right.
go, go.
Yeah. I would say I like pull up next to Skids, not even stop. Like he has to fucking throw himself in there.
Right? That's exactly what I imagined would
and-
happen.
And then, yeah, like as soon as I hear just like a in the back of the truck bed, I'm just fucking
Go, go,
gunning
go.
it after them.
Okay. All right. Diana.
Diana's going to follow. But are you okay with saying, since we're going on like a hunt, that we've all like have our phones out on like our group
Sure.
call to keep in communication with each other's cars?
Yeah.
We'll say at some point Eric was added to the group chat.
Diana has invited you.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta hunker down up against the wall. It's windy.
Oh, this looks like spam. Delete.
Yeah.
Basically, what I want to do is, since it looks like we're about to go into a car chase, can Diana do her leadership to give people a little bit of a bonus and she can talk to everybody?
I'm going to increase the difficulty.
That is
just-
fine.
I mean, granted, it's audio, but you're not
Yeah.
like there with them. So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna say like a difficulty 8.
Okay, that works.
That's generous.
But the pep talk. So
Charisma. I'm assuming I can use my leading people specialty.
sure. And I'm hoping Foundry doesn't punk out on me soon. So if it does, we'll quick reload it. But oof, look at all those dice.
Let's
8
go.
successes.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Yeah, they all even Otto at the moment is willing to jump off a bridge for you.
Alrighty, guys, we are going to do this. Keep up. Make sure you are not seen. Do not do any attacks where people can see them. Now we got this. We're getting revenge, and we're killing that motherfucking worm for those kids.
Okay.
Real quick, just to interject, I have a question.
Sure.
Trying to go ahead and keep an eye in my back of my head. I'm still Alice is. There's still something there. One of the things I did while I was napping was trying to contact a totem's owl totem to watch Alice.
Ah, okay.
Can I
Clever.
roll to see if that was successful?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Oh, like
say. I mean, that's still spirit speech, which you don't
Yeah.
technically have to roll.
Oh,
to
okay.
do.
I didn't know if I had to do.
But since you're trying to like divide your attention,
Yes.
you're going, okay, I'm waiting for Coyote's call, but in the meantime, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to contact Owl. I would say that's gonna be occult and occult and perception, difficulty 7.
Okay.
And I'd like at least 2 successes. What'd you get?
0?
0. Yeah. the
Oh, those
ones,
are
man.
ones.
Ah, the ones kill me every time.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're not able to
Ugh.
kind of split your attention. So,
Okay.
okay. All right.
I blame
Um,
it auto driving. Gotta
right.
follow that guy.
Otto.
Yes.
You managed to catch up. I mean, they were going fast, but they're not going, 90 miles an hour or anything. And you see, you recognize which the woman is on probably like a Yamaha maybe, while the man is on kind of like an old school Harley. But you're able to kind of catch up to them, kind of weaving in and out of traffic. Everybody else is, but they don't seem to have noticed you approaching, but they will soon. So what would you like to do?
Sort of. Okay, I guess. Sort of like, what's the surrounding area look
You're
like
in
currently?
It's city.
Just
so
city.
there's-
City. Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's lots of traffic, lots of bystanders, shall we say? Maybe strip malls or something like that on either side.
I don't know how much is awake at, or what's awake at 12. I know Seattle is.
A lot's still open at this
Yeah.
point. So
Coffee shops, Starbucks.
Mhm,
They're,
exactly.
they're always open.
yep. So there's a lot of stuff. You don't quite know where they're headed, but I mean, they seem like they're going at a good pace.
Could I get a general idea as to where they could potentially be heading based off of like where they're going currently?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
they could be just out for a ride. And it doesn't seem like, oh, hey, the homeless camp was this direction.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay.
Chuck's shop was this direction. Nothing, nothing distinctive like that. So,
Okay. Okay, well, his immediate instinct that he will suppress is to just run them off the road. But it's probably not the best idea right now.
I should ask
So-
for a willpower roll.
So I'll do one if you want me to. But
no, I'll be nice.
but I guess I'll just try and tail them as closely as possible, I guess.
Okay. Give me a. This is going to involve a drive roll.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Let's go with drive and wits. Difficulty
and-
7.
Drive and wits, difficulty 7. Okay. Not a terrible pool. I will use a willpower though.
Okay. Good idea.
Difficulty 7.
Mhm.
Roll.
Okay.
5 successes.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You managed to keep kind of back a good distance from them, and that's when you notice the woman guns it, and she starts to go faster, and then the other motorcycle kind of speeds up a little bit. So you don't think you've been spotted, but they definitely started going faster.
Okay. I'll make sure, like, even if I can't keep the first motorcycle within my sight, I will make sure I maintain the second one within my line of sight.
I'm not going to make all the other drivers roll. I'm going to say you just keep up. And I want another roll now, Otto.
Okay.
Because now it's starting to get into denser traffic. So same roll again, but difficulty 8.
Okay. Let's see. Drive, wits. I'll use another willpower. 8. Let's just use all my willpower on driving.
That'd be really mean of me, wouldn't it?
Oh, the fucking ones. Only
ya.
one success.
All right. You're trying to keep up, and you run a red light and leave. The rest of the pack sees that light change, and you lose them at the light. Now,
Yay.
the rest of the drivers, if you would like to run the red light, I would like a wits and drive roll as well. To
If the rest of you would like to break the law,
we don't
law
have
of
time or two?
man.
That's going to be 7 for you guys,
All right.
so that you're like, oh shit, he ran the light. So
I did that wrong. Sorry, guys.
Where the fuck is driving on this game?
Even though that wasn't what I wanted to do, but there's a 3.
That was a good roll, though.
Yeah,
Drive and
I'll-
wits.
Just wits by itself by accident.
I just did a wits. I didn't even do drive.
Wits by itself, I'll take that. Yeah. So yeah, you run the light.
Back in the law.
And drive is under skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a willpower as part of this
Good
instead
idea.
of 7.
Yep. Yeah.
3 successes.
Okay. Yeah. You keep up. Yeah.
Fuck
you
the
go through
police.
Oh, a speeding ticket in Alice's car.
Analysis. Okay.
It's Alice's responsibility.
Yeah, Otto, as you keep roaring through, you now realize that they've now kind of pulled over to it's a 4-lane road. They've kind of pulled over to the right lane. You're kind of roaring up on the left, and you're going to actually be pretty close to them within a couple seconds.
Okay. Can I tell where that right lane is going? Like where it's leading to?
It looks like it's going to in about half a mile. It's going to branch off. Like that lane is going to end. It's going to kind of branch right, and like the lane you're in will keep going straight. So
Okay. If I need to, I will temporarily slow down a bit to be able to transition over into the lane behind them, so I can at least keep track with the direction that they're heading.
Okay. And the rest of you notice that that Otto has slowed down a little bit.
Diana will follow lead.
This is 7 again.
Yeah, please. Okay. All right. So, let's see what you guys roll first.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god!
All that. Okay. Yeah.
I was
you
like,
made-
all that for 2 successes.
all for 2 successes. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. So you, Eric. Yeah, you managed to. You noticed. Okay. Yeah. Hey, he slowed down. So. Okay.
Here's Diana's drive.
Oof.
You actually just about rear end Otto. You kind of like jam on the brakes, and it's this loud screech of tires.
They might know you're there.
Oof.
Diana just like in the group calls like, remember, I just got my license like 6 months ago.
It's like in Grand Theft Auto, and like you're on like a like following somebody, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Bam!
Yep. Okay, yeah, the motorcycles now speed up, heading towards that turnoff. They just like gun it.
All right, I'm like, all right, well, fuck subtlety at this point.
Okay.
Just
okay.
going after them.
Whoa!
Yeah. I was gonna say Skids is back there.
Yeah, Skid is just flying around in the truck bed all over the place.
All right. You guys are gonna keep following then.
Yeah.
The road kind of leads like down a hill, kind of heading towards kind of into like the city itself, and then you see them flip off their lights.
I'll turn on my brights.
Okay. All right. You spot one of the motorcycles as it looks like it's like pulling off to the side.
All right. I like it's pulling off to the side of the road to try and lose me.
Possibly. Yeah, it's very quick.
Okay. I will turn to collide with the motorcycle full speed.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Give me a. Let's see. So you're trying to collide. I guess let's just go wits and drive again, but this is gonna be 7.
Okay, I was gonna say honestly, I'd take just clipping it, like anything to just make it immobile.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
And it's gonna be contested, so it's gonna.
All right. Let's see. Drive. Wits. Use another willpower. 7. Three successes.
You got 3. Yeah, you actually just hit the back end of this Harley. So it's like you hit that, and then it just spins, and then the rider goes flying off.
All right.
You guys, as you're coming down the road, yeah, you now see this. You see this collision, the crash of metal.
I'm gonna keep on going. I'd like to. If I only see the one, I'm trying to find the other with my high beams to see if I find anything.
All
I
right.
just go right by.
Okay, yes, you go past. Okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
all right.
Diana's gonna do the same thing as Eric.
Okay.
Trust Otto to handle this.
Okay.
And sort of like as the the impact happens and the rider goes flying, I'll stop the car, and sort of like quickly look back to check on Skids.
Skids, give me a dex, athletics and dex roll, please.
Me? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I think it's your first roll in an item.
Willpower. Difficulty 6.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. Didn't even need to spend.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You play one like.
Yeah.
Like if I just flat
Between
my
the two
body,
wheel
it'll be
wells and
fine.
brace myself.
If I jump at the exact moment of impact, I will be
Oh,
in the
yeah,
air.
can I do that?
I will be entirely fine.
Not Skid's first car crash,
Can I
apparently.
do a Raven?
And seeing that he is entirely fine, I'll then get out of the truck
Okay.
and start walking towards the rider and just say, "Hello, Lyle.
He kinda
Ready
gets
for a rematch?"
He's
I'll look back and see Skids. Was that Simone Biles?
I'm gonna switch over to these guys just for a second. You spot the other motorcycle ahead, and then it kind of makes a quick left at like a side street. So I need you both to give me a wits and drive, difficulty 7, to make sure that you can.
I'm
Nice.
using a willpower as part of this.
Sounds good. Okay.
I got 2.
It's
Okay.
difficulty
2. Okay.
7.
You kind of a little bit, but. Okay.
4 successes.
Yeah. Diana just drives that car just like on a hairpin turn and then you're still chasing the other motorcycle.
You
Okay.
are Lewis Hamilton.
Diana is on her Fast and the Furious bullshit
That's right.
now.
My guy.
Yeah, Lyle kind of gets up and kind of wipes some dirt from his face. He's like, I was hoping it was you when I saw that truck back there.
Yeah.
You.
And it is not the guy.
Oh,
It was not the same guy.
Oh, good.
No.
just another sleazeball, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we were
But it
discussing
was not the
offhand
same
before we
guy.
started,
Yeah,
but
and-
the greasy guy was Lyle from last week.
Yeah, and Lyle looks over his kids. He's like, "Is this your new boy toy, Otto?"
Oh, sorry. I thought I recognized you. Never mind.
He's like, "I didn't know you liked him this young."
What charming as ever.
What do you
I'm
got
not.
to say for yourself?
I'm not going to be
Lyle,
Mr.
crocodile?
Nice Guy this time,
I hope
And-
not.
and I'm going to start and shift into Krenos.
Okay. Let's have you, Skids. Are you going to change form, or what do you want to do? You've never
Yeah,
seen
I'm
a
gonna
Garou
follow- I'm
fight
gonna follow
besides you
Otto's
shifting.
lead.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Otto's lead because it's like, oh, this is going down. Okay, I guess I'm shifting.
All right, roll.
We can still sort of talk as Krenos, right?
I mean,
Yes.
we can
Yeah.
we can
Let's drop
grunt and
my-
stuff.
It does drop my manipulation down.
Okay.
That sucks.
So, yep. So Otto shifted. Lyle shifted. Okay.
No shape selected. What do you mean?
It's weird like that. It's make sure you choose the form you want first,
Yeah, I thought I
and then
did.
do the and then the roll for shape change over on the right.
It worked that time. I just
Yeah.
had to do it twice.
Perfect. Okay.
N-
Yeah.
Nailed
so
it.
Yep. So yes, you guys are all shifting. Let's do. Gonna roll your initiative. So that's gonna be the little sword and shield thing. Okay, so you got a 16.
Sword and shield.
Okay. So
9.
9. Okay.
You know,
So it is.
I
a
rolled
tie-
terribly.
Yeah, it is a tie between Otto and no, excuse me, a tie between Lyle and Skids. I'm gonna say that Lyle's probably gonna go first.
Fair.
And he is actually he is this in his Kranos form is still greasy looking, matted kind of fur, and he, let's see, is looking at his character sheet, and
He has one. He's about to roll dice too. So.
Yeah, he's actually he just kind of holds out his hands or his claws, and he's just kind of like, bring it on, come on. So then it would be Skids.
Okay. I'm going to move around behind him and try to put him between me and Otto.
Okay.
And I guess I want to be more of a distraction
Okay.
than anything. So basically lean into like dexterity and brawl to kind of like faint at him.
Okay. All right. So yes, you're gonna. Okay, so you've kind of moved behind him, and now you're gonna try to like swipe at him, or
Yeah, just kind of like swipe at him like I'm gonna like I'm making an attack, but
Okay.
really
Okay.
I'm just there to like purposely miss and then jump back. So more it's can I get his attention on me to give Otto an opening?
sure. I almost think that's gonna be Dex, and let's just call it Dex and Brawl. Just keep it simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just use that. Not bad.
Okay, 3, and he is going to try to. He sees this coming, and he's going to. Okay. He he was kind of watching you and kind of saw you come in, and he kind of just gives you kind of just like a slap on the head. Just kind of like pats you on the head, and he's like, "Oh, a quick one." Okay. Okay. Now Otto, his attention is slightly diverted.
All right, I'm going to spend a rage, and I'm going to rake my claws against the concrete below me to activate my razor claws.
Okay.
And that takes a full turn for me to do, so I'm not able to do anything else this turn.
Okay.
But I'll say, but I do deal 2 additional dice of damage, and at -1 difficulty
Mhm.
for my claw attacks now.
That is fair. Yep. Been waiting to use it. So,
And I didn't get to use it against Chuck,
Nope.
so
well, and I didn't let Chuck do the same thing.
that
so-
is true. So it was so we weren't able to use them against each other. But
yeah, because he definitely would have.
It's like they were all of one mind.
Exactly. Lyle then is now that Skids has kind of come in at him, and he kind of slapped you in the head a little bit. He's gonna actually then kicks out with his leg, and
oh god,
Low dice.
yeah. He like kicks you like full in the stomach.
All right. What are my options to mitigate this?
Let me see what the damage is going to be first, and then what you can do is you can roll a soak to see like if you soak any of that damage. So
Gotcha. So there's no like blocking or parrying or dodging.
You could dodge if you want to, because this is kind of his turn. You could attempt to dodge if you want to. Like I know how many successes I got to hit you. If you want to roll like an athletics and dexterity to dodge, yeah, that's fair.
I can try. I mean, I don't have any athletics, but I was actually thinking more along the way of trying to block/redirect. Do
Okay, well then that would be
using
Dex
brawl.
Dex and Brawl, then.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
That's where my talents lie.
Okay. He beat you with that, so he kind of
Yeah.
like he like still like his feet like still like kick, his foot like still kick. So you sort of like got it. Okay.
Right, but I mean that's a lot of dice. You're not gonna.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to cheapen his
That's a lot
attack
of
by
dice.
Yeah.
cheesing too much out of it. So yeah. So then that's still what
So now I'm gonna roll the damage.
damage.
So he would have done 4 damage to you. What you can do is there's the little shield icon.
Yep.
Roll for soak to see if you want to try to soak that damage.
And this is just bashing.
It is bashing, yeah. Okay. You took
Three.
one. You took one bashing damage, so it's enough that he kind of kicks you back like a couple feet. So
Totally what I was expecting.
okay, all right. Let's
Called
go
it
back.
before it even started.
Let's go back to Otto now. Now he's got his shinies.
Yep, and I'm gonna rush at him, and I'm gonna try and rake my claws at him.
Okay, fair. So that is I think Brawl and Dex.
Yes. And let me
Let me
find
check.
that. Yep, there we go. Okay. Claw.
Dexterity and Brawl. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Okay, yep. I'm assuming that doesn't apply yet because I haven't engaged. So.
Yep.
3 successes.
Okay. So your damage is
My strength +1.
okay.
And then I've added an additional 2 because of the
Razor claws.
razor claws. So
I think you add that just as a bonus when you do the roll.
Yeah. Okay. So strength in that case, strength +3. Okay. Roll, please. Thank you.
5.
5 successes.
All right. So let's see how he does.
I'm your Huckleberry.
And that is definitely aggravated.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you get in and you just kind of rake right across his chest, and he gives out a grunt as your claws rip across him. So, okay. And we are back at the. What I'm going to do is I'm going to skip over to the other guys for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. So the motorcycle was racing down the road. You spotted it, and then you see it pull over to the left, like it's pulling off the side of the road.
All right, forgive me if I go in front, Diana.
You're muted.
You're muted.
In the group call, I was actually going to. Diana's gonna be like, Eric, sweetheart, do you mind pulling a bit and shooting her tires?
Done. I was gonna do something like that anyway, because I've done it before. Pull over to the car, in one motion, get the door open, have my side holster ready to go, and then start shooting immediately. It's kind of like a one quick motion, trying to get those tires out real quick.
Sounds beautiful.
Yep, you gotta roll for it.
Yeah, we're gonna go difficulty 8.
Oh gosh.
Good luck.
You might want to use a willpower.
Yeah, because you're driving and trying to
Hold the door open. And
hold the door open and shoot. It sounds beautiful. It sounds so cinematic.
It does sound beautiful and elegant and badass,
Yeah.
but
can you like lean on your soldier background to?
I was gonna say, do you have any? I don't think you have any specialties in firearms. Do you?
Right now I'm at 3. I was trying to get one of 4 before we even started, but I
Gotcha.
didn't get a chance to use my XP.
Okay. But it sounds beautiful.
I can see it in my head.
Difficulty 8.
8, please. Yeah.
Ooh, that's two.
Three
Pretty
success.
good.
Three.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah. You and everything kind of slows down in the bullet. What do they
Bullet
call
time.
the video games? It was like the bullet time. Yeah,
Bullet
Yeah,
exactly.
bullet
yeah.
time.
Pop, pop. Yeah. And she hits her tire. She starts tumbling end over end and crashes into a telephone pole.
Ooh.
God.
Yeah. Diana is
I have her
pulling.
dead to rights, Diana.
Diana is just pulling over and getting out of the fucking car, and with the darkest grin, because I believe it's not been 24 hours since I've killed Savannah.
No.
Ah.
Like,
So-
it probably hasn't even been 12 hours since you killed her.
Wonderful. So Fangs of Judgment, its activation lasts for 24 hours.
Wow.
That's fair. Yeah. And
So I do 2 extra diamond damage on anything that fell from purpose, including black spile dancers.
yep. Yeah. It's Sheila, and she gets up. She has a big cut on her forehead, which you notice starts to kind of heal like real fast. So she stands up and she's like, "Oh, it's you, honey."
I can't wait to rip out your throat and feed you to the goddamn worms.
I was really hoping Savannah would be here to help me do this with me, but she points over at Eric. She goes, "Who's that? I don't know him."
That's not important right now. You're about to die. Don't worry about your killers. I mean, if you want an introduction, that's Eric, I'm Diana, and you're dead.
I just want to know your names, so when I make my prayer later on to the spirit, I know who to condemn.
Must be
And
hard.
she's gonna shift.
I'm also going
Fair
to
enough.
shift.
All right.
I'm gonna delay shifting and shoot at legs, the wolf's legs.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not even gonna roll. I'm gonna spend a rage to automatically shift.
Oh
Well, you still on the character
Oh.
sheet have to.
Yeah.
If it turns out like it didn't work or whatever, it's fine. We'll just make sure you're in Krenos,
Yeah.
because technically you have to have a certain number of rolls or successes or whatever. So. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, boom. And she is a. What's funny is she's has mostly white fur, with a couple spots, just a couple little spots of black. But god damn it, Diana, you'd almost think, damn, that almost looks like a silver fang.
Yeah. Diana's just looking like you're stealing my drip. I'm the only white wolf that's allowed to exist in this place. How dare you?
I was hinting more maybe she was a silver fang who fell, but anyway.
Oh no. Diana got that. Diana got that, but there's also the vibe of just like
How
she's
dare
still
you
in-
wear the same outfit as me?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, exactly. All right. Let's have you guys roll your initiative. Okay, so
That is this one, I believe. Yes.
Adam, and let's see how Sheila does. Okay, Sheila is gonna go first.
Holy crap.
So, taking a look. Oh. Da, 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 da. Okay. She is going to kind of waves her claws towards Eric. Now, Eric was pulling out his gun.
Yep. Well, his gun's already out. He had it trained on
I got it. Okay.
her, and he was just gonna continue shooting at the lower extremities.
Got it. Okay. So she. Kind of like waved her claw at you,
Mhm.
but nothing happened.
Okay.
So then it's Diana.
Yeah. I know Diana hated it when Savannah did it, but Diana's gonna run up, like dig her claws into her chest and gonna like rip her in half.
Okay. Dex and Brawl.
Yes. And since I'm technically fighting in a group, do I get to apply pack tactics specialty?
I think that's fair.
Is it? Yeah, it's 2 or more, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Alice is technically there.
Yeah.
I haven't had her do anything. Sorry. But
No,
She's
you're
hanging out
fine.
with us.
She's just there for moral support.
Being menacing.
Hello.
That's a
3
one.
successes.
nice.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Solid.
All right. Roll your damage then.
Oh, remind me how we roll damage again.
Just click on strength,
Strength.
and it should already have your strength modified for Krenos.
Yes.
And then that's just the roll.
Do I put a bonus 2 since I get those 2 extra damage die?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, it's been a bit.
No. And we don't do combat that much for a werewolf game.
Okay, I don't know how to do it either, so I'm taking notes.
Did I do that right?
Yep, 3 successes. All right, she's going to see how she soaks here. I'm going to try not to make combat go on forever, guys. I know it's later than... Okay,
Let's
hey,
kill
yeah.
these motherfuckers.
Yeah, but I also don't want to cheat you guys either. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause-
I gotcha.
so you you kind of like dig your claws like into her shoulder and kind of rip open, and she's kind of makes this loud screech. Okay, and then Eric.
Where is she at right now? Am I able to get a good shot of lower extremities?
No, because Diana charged in. So you can shoot. It's going to be a higher difficulty, though.
Yeah, I know. Eric is not an attacker.
Yeah, that's fine. What else does he? What can he do, though? What are his gifts?
It's basically brawl. Everything he does is from a weapon standpoint, and he
Okay.
has grenades. So I mean, he could use those anytime he wants
His
to. But I
grenades.
really don't. He carries them all the time. That's
Yeah.
just
Get in close and stick one in her pants.
I'd be
I don't
okay
have
with
his
that.
pants right now.
If I'm going to try my best.
Just
to
leather
have-
pants on. So
If I have the ability to move and shoot in action, I'll try my best to kind of get in a better position.
yeah,
Pretty good shot.
yeah. I mean, you could shift to the side.
Yeah, I'll try and shift to the side a little
Yeah. The straight on, I was going to say, was definitely more of a
bit. Yeah,
higher difficulty.
Trying
Kind
to
of
just
shifting to the
right
right.
in the way.
Yeah.
Werewolves. That's what they do.
Yeah, because I mean, this is all happening in like a frenzy.
Yeah.
And all that. So yeah, I'd say if you kind of shifted over to the right, it might be like difficulty 7 now.
Okay. We're also going to use a willpower as well.
Sounds good.
We're using firearm and dexterity, correct?
I believe so. Yeah. Two. Okay.
2.
And what's your damage on that?
Okay. That's a 4. Let me go to.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't think I put it on your sheet. The damage for it.
It has 4. It says damage 4.
Okay. Then let's just roll 4. Just keep it simple. Just roll 4d10.
Okay. 4d number of dice. 40. No. I will throw more 10 dice in ones. Hold on.
Okay. Me.
It's where's the
Oh wait.
number of dice there?
Yeah. Let me see if I can roll it. Just an 8 and a 6, so that looks like 2. Okay. So then let's just see how Sheila does. That is going to be to Krenos. I think that's still bashing. I think. I don't think it's lethal as far as I remember. Yeah, they hit her legs, but doesn't seem to have done any damage to her.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go melee then.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to we're going to do another round with Sheila, and then we'll go back to Otto. Like I said, I'm going to try not to make these go on forever. So she's going to then just bite at Diana. So. Okay, 4 successes. Yeah, she chomps on to your neck.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to soak what I can.
Okay. Okay, so she had no damage. You soaked everything she did to you.
Nice.
So, okay. And then Diana?
Come on, Diana, let's do this.
Yeah, is there a way that, like, I can, like, dig my claws in to do damage, but also move so Eric's in a more advantageous...
I think that's fair. Yeah, what it would be, I think, strength and brawl to kind of, like, hit her. And then you're saying, okay, then I'm, like, shifting her. Almost.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Strength and brawl, I think.
Strength.
Oh my god.
6
Nice.
successes.
Okay. Yeah.
That happens.
I would say you basically like, get in there and you like pivot her
Yeah.
so that maybe her back is to
Yes.
Eric. Okay. All right. And then let's roll your damage to see what you did.
And that's just strength, right?
Just strength, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Fuck you.
Damn. Well, in the
that's fucked up.
in the effort, you're not necessarily hurting her, but you're putting her.
But I've got an ally in a better position,
Exactly.
which is worth it.
Okay, looks like somebody.
That was first shapeshift.
Okay, you're going to Krenos.
Yep.
Okay, all right. That essentially is your turn, though. Is a shapeshift. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's switch back to Otto, Skids, and Lyle.
Okie doke.
Okay,
Alright.
so I believe it was Lyle.
Yeah, Lyle, then Skids, then
Skids.
me.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So Lyle is gonna. Lyle's a mean little fucker. And he is going to try to grab his motorcycle
Oh.
and swing it. Okay, yeah, he picks it up and he's going to throw it at Skids.
All
Oof.
right. Skids is
So-
going to dodge. He's not going to be able to brawl his way out of this one.
That is advisable. So, you only got to beat a 2. So,
So good.
5 successes.
yeah, you
Dodge the hell
dodge,
out of
you
the
dodge.
way.
So this motorcycle comes flying,
Right.
and then you just dive out of the way. So,
Dude, that's a nice hog. Be gentle.
okay, Skids, I would say that's probably your move is making that leap out of the way. But is there you're kind of leaping out of the way. Is there anything else you want to do to try to prepare for Otto?
Can I dodge toward Lyle?
I would
Or
say
my body at his legs?
I would say with that 5, yeah. So the motorcycle went flying over your head, and you kind of come in low.
Yeah, come in
At-
low and go
at his
go right
legs.
for it, like throw my body at his legs, basically.
Okay, that's fair.
Throw him off
I
balance.
would say, yeah, you kind of do that. Okay, and Otto, you see Lyle kind of pop up because this thing like hit. So you
All right.
probably have more of a clean shot.
All right, cool. I'm going to go for the wounds that I've already put on his chest, and I'm gonna sort of like try and use them as like purchase for my claws, almost to start like rending the flesh from his skin or the flesh from his bones.
That sounds fair. Okay.
Okay, claw. Difficulty
6.
just 6. Okay.
Yeah.
2, 2, 2. So
You've got a clean shot at
there's a
him.
-1. Okay. Roll. 6 successes.
Oh, okay. Roll your damage.
All right, damage. Let's see. No, that's not the right page. Thank you. Strength. Would I be able to add my steely grip for this?
I will allow it.
Hell yeah. Let's see. 3. Oh, yeah. Roll.
Oh,
8 successes.
What?
as you're tearing into him,
Wow.
Lyle kind of almost gives out this guttural laugh in his Krenos form and kind of just leans in towards you, and this slimy tongue comes out, and it's kind of whipping around, and he's like, oh, he's like, this is as good as I hoped it would be. Give me a kiss before I go.
Just so do I have the sense that he's about to keel over? Okay, then I'm going to sort of just like plunge my claws in as deeply as possible, and then sort of just like rip them upward, and then just turn away from him.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like rip from his arm, like you just kind of rip that area, and it kind of just falls off, and there's this big splatter of gore as he falls over onto Skids. So now this horrible thing has fallen on top of you.
Oh God! Flip him over.
And he's
not teabagging.
And and as he's dying, he's shifting into Hamid form, and he kind of just looks up at Skids, looks up at Otto, and he goes,
I'll shift back to my Hamid form.
He goes, I always knew you could do it, kid. See you in hell. And
see you in hell, Lyle.
Dies.
Lyle, crocodile.
All right. I'm going to shift back to the other group real quick. And like I said, I'm going to try to wrap this up fast, guys. Okay. So back at the ranch. And the order was
Sheila, Diana, Eric.
Got it. Thank you. Okay. All right. So so Sheila is I wish I had a chance to get her razor claws going, but you guys haven't really given her a chance. So so she's had her back turned.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of doesn't recognize what's going on, but so she's gonna really just kind of double Wolverine claw at Diana. So okay. Ooh, that was the wrong character sheet. Sorry.
Suddenly, Lyle's spirit pops up.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lyle is no longer with us.
Lyle's back for round 2.
Second form.
360. And okay, 2 success, 2 damage. So
I'm gonna try to soak that.
okay, go for it. Yeah. No
4
problem.
successes.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So now you're still holding her.
Yeah.
So you're actually kind of holding each other almost
Yeah.
at this point.
Because I wanna keep that like hold, so this way like it keeps Eric in the advantageous place. Diana is just going to with her fucking teeth attempt to rip her throat out.
Okay. Go for it.
The Diana special, ripping people's throats out.
With peace and love. With
Yeah.
peace and love.
Brawl and strength.
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. $11 successes.
Oh
Jesus.
my good lord.
roll your. I'm never going to make you roll damage on 11 successes. Tell me how you do it.
Yeah, I think it's the full thing of where it is just the Silver Fang, especially since she's a fallen one. It's just like she sees for a moment like Diana's ancestors of all the Silver Fang. Their like teeth are like glowing with the fangs of judgment that have been passed down, as they all just kind of like move forward in this spiritual thing and just rip her a shred.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Cause she's a traitor to your tribe. I think that's beautiful. Yeah, and I'm almost picturing like Hellraiser, like with the chains, just
yeah.
And
then you see Eric's face right through her body that was supposedly there before, and his eyes are just
beautiful.
popped out.
And bloody chunks hit the ground. All right, you have killed the 2 remaining black spirals in a glorious fashion.
I will switch back to Hamid and put my gun back.
Diana also switches back to Hamid and goes to the phone to be like, Otto, you finish your guy?
And,
Otto is probably like
Okay, come right now. I'm ready.
I'd say honestly for Otto, there's this almost strange calm with him at the moment.
Actually, I want to slightly change. Instead of shifting back and calling, can I give a victory howl?
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I'm going to give a fucking victory howl.
And this loud howl goes up into the night that Otto and Skids hear from a distance.
Well, we have to respond.
Well, I'm in Hamid, but I will howl in Hamid.
Fair. Skids howls back. He doesn't know all the team howls yet, but yeah,
no, it's just more of a primal. Yeah, let's do this, and then pee on the corpse.
Eric's gonna go to the vehicle, the motorcycle, and be like, "I did that. That is awesome."
Yeah. I mean, it is total. So.
It's like, that's dope. Don't you see how dope I am?
Yeah.
And
right here.
And what I picture is just these howls as the the camera kind of just lifts up over the city, and we just hear these howls going back and forth. We're gonna go to 2 days later, and the pack is back at the cairn. You've gotten a chance to get a little bit of rest, but you all kind of reconvene at the cairn. Would you have given them kind of the recap of what happened, or I don't want to steal that from you guys? So
absolutely, but before we do that, like just that night, if it's okay before the time skip, Dad was like, "Hey, Skids, if you need a place to live, we have a cabin at the Garen you can crash at."
Yeah, that'd be good. Hey, look, Dana. I've had a little time to think, and I got something I should say.
Okay.
I love you. So
I don't know. I choose to trust that you had a good reason to do what you did to Savannah. I can't get into your headspace for that, but all I can do is tell you how it made me feel. Even having just met you, I felt used and a bit betrayed, and that's why I pushed you away. And I just wanted to say, sorry for that.
Yeah,
But that's where I
Diana- God. Probably still covered in blood because this is happening before the time skip. Just a hug, skins. I'm just like, it's okay. Yeah, but yeah, what's. I just wanted to make sure, like, Diana made the note that Skins is allowed to stay at the care. So this way, Skins had a place to sleep those 2 days. Yeah. Once we reconvene, I think. Can Diana call in the other 2 alphas to give them a debrief of what's happened?
you could probably contact Prashant, and then
Wonderful.
I think it's fair that Chainbreaker
Yeah.
and I just blanked on her name. The
Halima.
Alpha. Halima, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a long day and a long night. So, that they're there when you guys basically convene.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair.
I feel like at least we should have the other pack's alphas part when we're like, go eat it. Once I want it to be apparent when Diana's speaking, she's making sure the rest of her pack is behind her, and kind of that solidarity. Plus, Skids and Eric, they're part of the Pathfinders now. They have not gotten a choice.
And I'm gonna say Longtooth is there.
Yeah.
On a crutch. He's finally gotten out of the hospital. Limey, you're there in spirit. So.
The Black Spiral Dancers have been dealt with. They are dead. And next we plan to deal with the spirit they've been praying to.
Excellent news.
And I'm waiting for my coyote kickback. Whatever that's going to happen.
I will add that to my notes. Thelema is, she's pleased. She says, you've done well. You've done very well for a young pack, facing so many challenges. You will always have a place here with the Sept. But we have a request for the Pathfinders. Would you essentially be Seattle's pack? There's no real formal Geru presence in the city. And we would be able to help you purchase a house that would be your pack's territory, essentially.
Diana will look back at the others to like see if they nod like yes or no, because Diana wants this to be a group decision rather than making it for them.
Fair.
It's fine with me.
You muted, Eric.
I'm okay with it. That means I won't be sleeping in my shop, which is good.
I say, Otto will sort of like give a shrug and just say, fine by me.
I'm a brooding loner. So
That dibs on the basement.
exactly. Nobody can touch me. So okay. All right.
Vampire Diaries was based off of me.
Exactly. All right.
That story was about my life.
Yeah. Halima says, and we will make it so that your territory will be the city of Seattle. Guard it well. So this is a huge task being given to a relatively young pack.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a ceremony that is going to happen. It is called the Rite of Accomplishment.
Mhm.
And what it is an elder has stepped forward to talk about the deeds that each of the pack members accomplished. Kind of in short terms, you guys are, except for Skids, the rest of the pack is going to move up to rank 2. So on your character sheets, and I need to find that, because since we're late on time, I'm not going to go through all the stuff. Plus, I have one more thing I want to do.
Mhm.
So, page 251 in the book. I'll let you guys do this yourself. We don't have to do it now. We can do it later on your character sheets. But what it does is it will tell you what for your auspice, kind of what your permanent glory, honor, and wisdom will be.
Okay.
So we will do that. Like I said, we don't have to do it tonight. But you guys are going to be ranked 2.
Mhm.
And
cool.
you would, with your experience points, you would be able to purchase rank 2 gifts now.
Wonderful.
Skids will get an increase in probably his wisdom and honor. I need to look at that.
Yes, we know.
Yeah. So there are great howls and celebrations into the night. And I have one more scene I need to do.
I was like, also, Otto, Otto wants to pose a question. This does not have to be answered now by any means. He just wants to pose it for the future.
Mhm.
So when he would get a second by himself, and he would just say, Lewis.
And you don't see him, but you feel his
Yeah.
presence. Yeah.
I've been thinking now that I have a clearer head, and I was wondering, my Bane skin, do you think it would fool the fear spirit? And then I'll just leave that as is right now.
Okay.
Post-credit scene there.
Yeah. That sounds fair. And then we have the post credits.
Yes, the end, the mid credit scene, and then you have the end credit scene.
You got it. We come into a morning. Looks like a kind of early morning in Seattle, where there is a crime scene, where the shredded up Harley is, and there's the yellow tape up holding off the crime scene. There was no body found, but there's a lot of blood on the ground. There's a young woman, looks probably about her mid-30s, is kind of poking around in the scene, and she kind of goes over to like a patch of grass, and we watch her kind of lean down, and she pulls something out of the grass, and it's a large fang. She kind of looks at it and gets her phone out, takes a picture of it, and puts it in her pocket. She picks up her phone. She's waiting. She's going, hey, it's Rebecca. Yeah, I think I got proof this time. Yeah, I know that time out in the woods. Yeah, I know. I got some egg on my face for that one. But I think I got proof that there's werewolves in Seattle. And that is where we end.
Well,
Ugh.
So,
Good stuff.
how's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good.
Good. I came in late, but I can't wait to keep it going.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
I feel like Eric and I, like in the 2 days before we go back to the cairn, are like, okay, who is this guy and why did he burn down the thing? Why
That's
did
right.
we just kill these people? Yeah.
Just have a full-on mental breakdown off screen.
You know,
You get out the whiteboard because it's been a little busy.
I feel so bad for Skids. Skids not here, and so present to witness what like
There's
four
a
murders.
rough intro. I'll tell you what.
I mean, you hear about this war with the worm and everything, and you think, oh yeah, I mean, whatever.
Right. I think I'm going to skip our ads for tonight. We've gone long.
Mhm.
Thank you again, everybody, for watching. This has been a longer episode, but there was a lot to do. And we're going to wrap up for tonight, and we'll see you all later. So have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night, everybody.
That might